All right, yo, hip hop hustling and the internet. You know, we about to get into that. The dealer has been denied bond. Let's check it out. You know, this is a reaction video.
It is a stunning fall from grace for the Harlem-born music mogul, once synonymous with New York City hip hop.
Just a year ago, Sean Diddy Combs was in Times Square and was handed the key to the city. Tonight, he is in a New York City jail facing a federal indictment. Court documents revealed the charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Prosecutors say he abused women for more than a decade and presided over an empire of sex crimes. Late this afternoon, he pleaded not guilty. Alice Gaynor covers courts and public safety. She was in the courtroom, and she is live tonight in Lower Manhattan with the details. Alice.
Maurice and Christine, Sean Diddy Combs himself entered that plea of not guilty. He entered the courtroom with a very serious expression. He scanned the courtroom. He had about 12 friends and family members there to support him. He was wearing a T-shirt. He was also wearing sweatpants. At times, he shook his head when his attorney was arguing on his behalf for bail. Normally, arraignments are very quick, maybe 10 minutes. This one was nearly 2 hours long, and that's because both sides were essentially litigating the case, arguing for bail or not for bail. Prosecutors calling him a serial abuser, a serial obstructor. They argued he was a flight risk and that he was a danger to the community. His attorney said he had earned trust because he flew here to New York in anticipation of being arrested and wanted to turn himself in. They also say they're in the process of selling his plane and that he turned over his passport and the passports of family members to his attorneys. But in the end, the judge ordered him held without bail. Sean Diddy Combs is accused of creating a criminal enterprise, of using employees, resources, and influence to allegedly carry out crimes, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. The previously reported March 2016 Los Angeles hotel video showing Diddy attacking singer Cassie was referenced.
A member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet.
The indictment alleges Diddy has been abusing people for decades, verbally, emotionally, physically, and sexually. He's accused of manipulating women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. These elaborate sex performances referred to as freak-offs that Combs is accused of arranging, directing, and recording. He's accused of sometimes giving people drugs like cocaine, oxycodone, and ketamine, to name a few, controlling their careers, using money, and threats. Employees like security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors allegedly helped carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and commercial sex escapades. In March 2024, during searches of his Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California residences, law enforcement seized drugs and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, guns, ammunition, and 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers on them. His attorney says the guns are not his. It's alleged that during these freak-offs and at other times, he hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims. Some injuries, they claim, took days or weeks to heal. And they say he used these recordings as collateral. It's also alleged that associates and others did not intervene. They concealed and prevented victims from leaving.
We made the points that we've been wanting to make. I think it came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent.
Combs faces a minimum of up to 15 years behind bars and up to life in prison if convicted on the 3 felony counts. Maurice, Christine.
You were in the courtroom for a good chunk of the day. You saw Sean Diddy Combs. What was his appearance, his demeanor, and all that?
You know, he stared straight forward the entire time, didn't shake his head or make any visible facial expressions. I had a view of him right from the side. He did, however, turn his head to look at his attorney when he was arguing at the podium on his behalf, trying to make that argument for no bail. I looked over at the people who were in the courtroom supporting him. One person wiped their eyes with a tissue at one point. Another person had their head down, but otherwise no visible reaction from them either.
And as you say, he is in a New York City jail tonight. You bet. All right, Alice Gaynor for us tonight. Thank you so much.
All right, so yeah, so let's take a look at what he did, what the defense proposed for his bail package. It says a $50,000 bond, co-signed by his mother, his sister, the mother of his oldest daughter, and his 3 adult sons. So they want to use the house that's in Miami on Star Island. That's valued at $48 million. He done paid off the mortgage on that joint, so he debt free on there. So he got the whole 48. Then take the equity out his mama's house that's also in Miami. They offering not to leave New York. I mean the South Florida, or look like South New York, except to meet with counsel. He wants to stay in Florida and New York. So, but of course, we already know that the judge said shit. That's exactly what the judge said. So in the arguments during court, the lawyer was arguing that the whole reason that he was in New York was to turn himself in, and that he's been preparing to turn himself in, and he's willing to cooperate as far as turning himself in, and he's not a flight risk. That's why he willing to sell his jet. That's why he willing to give up his houses, and he offering to, be on house arrest and stay in the house and things like that. But the prosecution said he had the jet on standby, $1 million worth of cash in the crib with him. So he has the means to run fast and get out the country if he can undetected. So the judge went back and was like, listen, I'm going to deny this because I'm with the prosecution. It ain't no way that I can honestly impose these rules upon you and you not try to figure out a workaround, because you already been trying to intimidate witnesses since the raid on your house. Y'all been calling witnesses, offering them money, offering them threatening them, offering them money in exchange for silence and stuff like that. So the judge said no. So let's look at some pictures of Diddy in court. Man, these some pictures of him right here in court. So ain't no cameras allowed. I think they can't really videotape, so they got the artists in court. I don't know if it's just in New York or if it's in federal court. There's no cameras allowed. Then we have the actual letter that the prosecution wrote. And in this letter, they go into full detail about why they don't want to release him on bond. So let me try to pull this letter up right quick. All right, here y'all go. So it was written on September 17, 2024 by email to the Honorable Robin F. Tarnofsky. So then they going through, his regular name, PK, aka Diddy, and all of that stuff. That's in this is basically the same stuff in the indictment or whatever. Just giving y'all a couple seconds to read through it. These what he's accused of again. So then they go down and they talk about the firearms that he got, right? The defendant continues to have access to guns, including illegal firearms. In March 2024, during searches of the defendant's residence in Miami and Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized firearms, ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers. That boy got that. He got a little small home defense system. I ain't gonna say he got that heat, but he got the drum. So then they talk about in addition, 6 legally guns was purchased with serial numbers, some of which were stored in gun safe. They was recovered from the residence as well. So they saying he still got guns. He still he bribed witnesses and obstructed justice. For example, as noted above, March 16th, I'm sorry, in March 2016. It's the video of him attacking Cassie or whatever. So this they letter right here that they use to say he dangerous. Say he's charged with serious violent crimes. Sex trafficking charge based on his abusive conduct. You know what I'm saying? Say he keep assaulting women and employees when he become mad. See, they went in depth. So after reading this letter, then they put in here, he's a risk of flight. So after reading this letter, you can't help but deny his bond, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna have this letter. You can download it yourself, read through the full thing. I'm gonna have this letter in the description of this video. So now we finna check them out. I just got these last two videos. So he got this one video actually of his sons going to court.
How's your dad doing?
Got a baddie with him. Lil Puff.
How's your dad doing?
That's Lil Al B. Sure right there. That's crazy. Them boys look like Puffy and Al B. Sure back in the 90s for real. That's crazy. Put his arm around his stepbrother to say, I got you, bro. Take that. Then here's a video of them actually leaving court. You can see the change in body language for real. You can read it like they leaving court devastated. They went in with some hope. It's like they leaving devastated, bro.
Anything to say about your dad?
Nicole. Make a hole.
Want to say anything about your dad?
I'm gonna cry. You can see it in his eyes, boy. He holding back them tears. That's their daddy though, so you know how they go.
Are you okay? Are you feeling okay?
I mean, but that's their daddy though. You know how they go, man. Like if it was your daddy, you might want to cry too, especially if your daddy been your whole life. But I ain't saying that to justify. What y'all think? Do y'all think you should feel sorry for them, man? I don't know, man. Like it's a tough situation, you know what I'm saying? And in a way, you want to feel sorry for them because you say they kids, but at the same time, you like kids, they grown. And they was at the Diddy parties and they was kicking it at the Diddy parties and they benefited from the Diddy party. So do you feel sorry for them? I don't know, bro. Like I personally, I ain't gonna really feel sorry for them, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like they probably benefited from all of this stuff, but to each his own, you know what I'm saying? If you do feel sorry for them, I ain't gonna cop you, I ain't gonna blame you, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and that's how you feel. But that's my spiel on Diddy's the diddlers bond being denied, man. If don't nobody love you, know I do, man. Uncle Boo out, man. We gonna keep following this whole story all the way through, man. Love y'all. Peace.